Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the SDW podcast, your go-to source for everything Stone Dog Wrestling. I'm your host, Carly Cross, and we've got an incredible show for you today. Last week's Friday Night Lightning delivered unforgettable moments and jaw-dropping action, and Greg and Sandy are here to break it all down match by match. From shocking wins to heated rivalries, we'll dive deep into all the drama, the highlights, and, of course, what it all means heading into SDW's most anticipated event of the year, Deck the Halls. Don't forget, you can catch all the action live every Friday night at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time on the Stone Dog Entertainment Twitch and YouTube channels. Now, grab your popcorn, settle in, and let's throw it over to Greg and Sandy to relive the action from last week.
All right, so are you ready to break down some SDW Friday Night Lightning from December 13th?
Oh, yeah. Definitely a show with some major implications, I think, for the future.
For sure. This wasn't just like any regular show, you know. This one had title implications, brutal matches.
And even a potential return.
Yeah, that has the whole SDW universe buzzing. So anyone who maybe isn't familiar with SDW, it's a fictional wrestling promotion.
It blends that old school storytelling with some seriously innovative athleticism.
Yeah, you got larger-than-life characters, intense rivalries, and just matches that'll keep you on the edge of your seat.
In this event in particular, it had some moments that could reshape the entire landscape of SDW.
Absolutely. So let's just jump right into the action. First up, we had the Spark title qualifying match. Shotzi took on Jade Cargill, who is making her SDW debut.
Yeah, debut it was. The winner, of course, gets a shot at Blue Monica and her Spark title at Deck the Halls.
Exactly. So huge stakes right off the bat.
Huge stakes, and Jade just dominated the match.
Yeah, she was showing incredible power and agility.
Shotzi, she's a veteran. She tried to use her experience to wear Jade down.
I thought she had her for a second there with that standing Shiranui.
She almost got her with that one.
Almost.
But Jade just powered out of it.
Yeah.
You know, that's what's really interesting here is just her raw strength. When she hit that jaded, it was like Shotzi had been hit by a truck.
Brutal. Yeah, just a short, decisive victory.
Yes.
So do you think that that kind of power can overcome Blue Monica's technical skill at Deck the Halls?
That's the big question, right?
Yeah, I mean, Blue Monica is all about wearing her opponents down, finding that opening for a submission.
Right. She's very methodical, strategic. Jade is explosive, a powerhouse.
Can Jade even be slowed down?
Right. It'll be a fascinating clash of styles. I'm really curious to see if Jade can just overpower Blue Monica or if she's going to have to adapt her strategy.
Yeah, for sure. Next up, we had that intense segment with Eddie Kingston and Braddock Knight.
Oh, boy.
Eddie, staying true to his New Jersey asshole persona, just went off on the fans and then just laid into Braddock.
Yeah, even threatening his wife.
Crossing a line.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh.
And you could see it on Knight's face. That was the final straw. He completely snapped, blindsided Eddie with a chair.
I have never seen Knight lose it like that. He's usually so cool and collected.
Well, Kingston definitely pushed him to the limit. But this is what Kingston does, right? He gets under your skin, finds your weakness, and exploits it.
You think he went too far, though?
I mean, his actions are definitely going to have consequences. Kingston will use this to his advantage, paint Knight as the unstable one.
Oh, for sure.
This feud is about to get really, really messy.
All right, moving on to the TV title match. We had Cruz Diaz challenging the reigning champ Reaper. Talk about a clash of styles.
Yes, Diaz is always fun to watch.
You got Diaz, the high flyer, the strategist, going up against Reaper, who's all about brute force.
He tried to get into Reaper's head, but you could tell it wasn't really working. Reaper's just a wall of muscle, very focused. I was surprised by Diaz's strength, though.
Me too. When he lifted Reaper for that Tiger Driver, I was shocked. I didn't think he had that kind of power.
He definitely held his own. But in the end, Reaper's power was just too much. That lastride finisher is devastating.
It really is.
Still, even in defeat, Diaz made an impact. It makes you wonder if this is setting him up for another title shot down the line.
He came closer than anyone else recently.
Yeah, he proved that he can hang with the champ.
Now things took a really dark turn with the next match. Basket Case, formerly John Finch, went up against Ace Crusher, and wow, what a transformation.
It's disturbing, isn't it? Since aligning himself with Doink in the Fallen Basket Case, has become a completely different wrestler.
Yeah, he's gone from this almost comedic character to something truly unsettling.
Right, and that pile driver on the outside was just brutal.
His style is so much more vicious now, and there's this unsettling aura around him, almost like he's lost a part of himself.
Yeah, whatever Doink is doing, it's working.
It really is. And we still don't really know Doink's motives.
Which adds to the intrigue.
Totally. Who is he going to target next for the Fallen? What is his end game?
It's like this dark cloud hanging over SDW,
Right.
and it's only getting bigger.
Next up, we had those high-stakes brass ring qualifiers.
Yeah, these are big.
The winners get a spot in the brass ring ladder match at Deck the Halls, a chance to earn a future title shot.
Yep, a huge opportunity.
First up, Dizzy went head-to-head with Scotty Washington.
Two completely different wrestlers. Scotty's all about proving himself, cementing his legacy.
And Dizzy's the wild card.
Always looking for an angle, a way to cheat to win.
And that's exactly what happened.
And he got it. That Dizzy Duster was awesome.
Yeah.
But let's be real. He had his foot on the ropes for leverage.
A little bit of controversy there.
Little bit.
Scotty was furious, but a win's a win.
It is.
Dizzy's going to deck the halls, and you know he's going to use every dirty trick in the book to try and grab that brass ring.
He is not going to win any sportsmanship awards.
No.
But he's effective.
He is. Then we had those two veterans, the T and Sammy Rose, clashing in another qualifier.
Oh, man, this match.
This match was intense. You could feel the history between them all, that bad blood.
They beat the hell out of each other.
They did. The T was brawling, busting Sammy open.
This is more than just a match. It was a story playing out in the ring. You could see the desperation in both guys.
Yeah.
Sammy's been trying to redeem himself, prove he's not the same guy he used to be. And the T's been trying to hold on to a spot, prove he can still hang with the best.
And Sammy picking up the win with that frog splash was a huge moment. It felt like a turning point for him.
Absolutely. It was emotional. You could see how much it meant to him. This win puts him one step closer to that brass ring, one step closer to redemption.
Okay, buckle up, because we need to talk about the main event that had everyone talking Looking Groove. Brick Grimes called out Tempest, convinced that Stone Dog is under that mask.
Grimes is fed up with the Fallen, and he's not afraid of anyone.
But he might have underestimated Tempest. When that cage came down, I was shocked.
Oh, yeah.
Suddenly, we're in a full-blown cage match, and it was brutal.
Tempest just unleashed. That red letter finisher is devastating.
It is. It's like he's channeling some otherworldly power, and it's terrifying.
It's scary.
And then after the match, when that mask came off for just a second, we saw what looked like Stone Dog's face. Was it a trick? Is Stone Dog being controlled? Or is he willingly part of this?
It's the biggest mystery in SDW right now, and it's driving everyone crazy.
It is. This story has the potential to change everything we thought we knew about SDW. And we're just left hanging, waiting to see what happens next.
Yeah, it's a cliffhanger, for sure. And we are not done yet. We still got that triple threat cruiserweight title match to unpack.
Oh, yeah. Clark Thunder defending against Russell and Dirty Dom Mysterio. What a combination.
That match was pure chaos. From the opening bell, high-flying moves, weapons betrayals, it had everything you could want in a cruiserweight match and then some.
I know. I was on the edge of my seat the entire time.
It was a showcase of athleticism and risk-taking.
They were pushing each other to the limit, pulling out all the stops to try and get that win.
I held my breath a few times, I'll be honest.
Like when Dom went for that suicide dive and completely missed.
Oof, yeah.
You got to respect the guts, though, right?
Definitely a bold move. Maybe a little too bold.
But that's Dom for you. Always willing to take a chance, even if it means crashing and burning.
And then there was that ladder bridge spot.
Oh, man, that was insane.
It almost went terribly wrong.
I thought for sure somebody was going to get seriously hurt.
But they managed to pull it off.
It's that kind of creativity that makes the cruiserweight division so exciting.
You never know what they're going to come up with next. Keeps you guessing the whole time.
And then you got Clark Thunder, just staying focused amidst all the chaos.
Yeah, eventually locking in that Dragon Sleeper on Dom to retain his title.
Smart move. Taking advantage of the situation makes you wonder, is this the start of a dominant reign for Thunder?
He's clearly got the skills.
But can he hold on to that title in a division that's known for its constant power shift?
That's going to be the challenge. He's got a target on his back now, and everybody's going to be gunning for him.
For sure, Dom and Rust, they're not just going to disappear after this loss.
Especially Dom. You know, he's already plotting his revenge.
Oh, yeah.
This could light a fire under him. Make him even more determined to get that title back.
Definitely. And Rust, he's always lurking, waiting for his chance to strike.
He's got that cunning, that resilience that makes him dangerous.
This division is far from settled.
Far from settled.
So we've talked about all these incredible matches. What does it all mean? What are the big takeaways from Friday Night Lightning? What's the story here?
To me, the biggest story is the feeling of change in the air. There's a shift happening in SDW.
Okay, I like that.
You see it with Jade Cargill's dominant debut, a new force shaking things up, You see it with Basket Case's transformation,
Yeah.
the rise of these darker characters and tactics.
And that whole mystery surrounding Stone Dog and Tempest.
Right. That has the potential to turn everything upside down.
It does.
It's like the pieces are being moved around the board, setting up something big. Alliances are forming, rivalries are intensifying, and the lines between good and evil are getting blurred. This Friday Night Lightning felt like a real turning point.
It's almost like we're watching a storm brewing, right? All this tension building, and we're just waiting for it to break.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And when it does, the whole landscape of SDW could change.
So what do you think? Has SDW entered a new era? Is this a permanent shift in power, or are we just seeing the calm before an even bigger storm?
Yeah, it really does feel like we're on the verge of something huge. What about you? What moment from this SDW event are you still thinking about?
Oh, man, there were so many good ones.
Was it Jade's incredible debut?
Yeah, that was amazing.
Or the shocking betrayal in the cruiserweight match?
I mean, you can't forget about that.
Or maybe that glimpse of Stone Dog beneath Tempest's mask?
For me, it's that final image, Stone Dog's face, even just for a second.
Yeah.
It makes you question everything. Is he a prisoner? Is he a willing participant? What does Doinkav plan?
The possibilities are endless.
They really are, and that's what makes it so compelling.
It's brilliant storytelling. They've given us just enough to keep us hooked, keep us speculating. It's like they've thrown this puzzle box at us and said, figure it out.
I love it. And I, for one, can't wait to see how all those puzzle pieces fit together. So if you're as intrigued by all this as we are, definitely head over to SDW's website. Check out the replays, join the conversation online. This is a story you won't want to miss a single chapter of.
Trust me, the ride is just getting started.
And until next time, keep it locked right here on The Deep Dive for more deep dives into the worlds you love.
That's a wrap for today's SDW podcast, folks. A huge thank you to Greg and Sandy for breaking it all down, and a big shout out to all of you listening at home. Remember, the journey doesn't stop here. Deck the Halls is just around the corner, and it's going to be a show you won't want to miss. Join us this Friday at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time on the Stone Dog Entertainment Twitch and YouTube channels for an unforgettable night of wrestling action, surprises, and chaos. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode of the podcast or a live SDW show. Until next time, I'm Carly Cross reminding you that in Stone Dog Wrestling, anything can happen, and it usually does. Stay hyped, stay tuned, and we'll see you at Deck the Halls.